You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to the Up the Turnpike postgame show. What is going on? Matt O'Leary with Mitch Anderson. Mitch, how's it going, buddy?
I don't know if I'm asleep or awake right now. I've got 5 hours. Yeah, I went down at 4. Coming back from the show last night, which was really great. And then here we are. So I got up about 20 minutes ago. You can tell it in my voice and my eyes. It's 20 minutes. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I didn't have as late of a night as you, but glad to hear the show went well last night for the band. I watched the first 2 periods before I finally called it and went to sleep after the second. But we have a lot to get into, man. Lots of goals, some power play goals for the New York Islanders to even talk about, which is a plus here. But yeah, weird first period, Mitch. So shots at one point were 17-1 San Jose. And then on the Islanders' second shot of the game, wouldn't you know it? I got to add you to this stage too. When you know it, Anthony Duclair scores on a power play. So the second shot of the game ends up in the back of the net.
Yeah, great that they're scoring, right? Like the good cycle of the puck. Dobson's just throwing pucks towards the net. And even Duclair, right? It bounces off the back wall. He throws it towards the net again. This is what you're supposed to be doing on the power play. Good cycle, get pucks towards the net and see what friggin' happens. And great snipe from Duclair. Look how far he is, right? Top of the face-off circle and still gets it through. Outstanding. Where has this Duke been since he came back from injury, of course? I like it. Obviously, what's there not to like, right?
Yeah, and shots on net on the power play. That was a key theme, and it was working for them on that one. Obviously, Simon Holmstrom, who's been awesome, by the way, picks up his 19th assist on the year. Noah Dobson picks up assist number 20, and Noah Dobson wasn't even done with points in this first period. Gigi Pajot gets on the board, this time a primary assist by Noah Dobson, and Adam Pelech picks up the secondary assist here.
Yeah, and watch the movement by Noah Dobson here. Like, sure, he misses the net here, but comes cycling back. There he goes forward, pulls the defenseman, boom. Outstanding stuff from Noah Dobson moving that puck through. And then, of course, the great shot by Jean-Gabriel Pajot, who had himself one hell of a night tonight on the score sheet.
Yeah, he really did. I like the call out on the movement from Dobson. He was feeling himself in that first period. He was all over the ice.
He really was, man. It really stood out. Maybe Georgiev could have done better, which is surprising because usually Georgiev just has our number, at least as a Ranger, anyways, right? Yep. We didn't face him too many times, the Colorado Avalanche, but we face him a lot as a Ranger, and yeah, it just seemed to go right through him, which key to Pajot, right? Like that was the power from Pajot on that one there, so good job by him.
Absolutely. Weird first period. Islanders up 2-0 after the first, but outshot 20-8 in the first.
That's not great, man. It really isn't. I know we do well in terms of the score in this first period, but you do not want to be outshot 20-8 by the San Jose Sharks. That's not great. Although maybe it is great, right? In a way, great in terms of like, look, we're not good enough here. But
yeah, seeing obvious that the play on the ice didn't look good enough, but they capitalized on their few and far between opportunities in that first period. But Ilya Sorokin was very good last night, and that makes me happy. I know we were texting on the side, and you were kind of like, they were up 2-0. You're like, does it really matter? Almost, and I was kind of like, yeah, I'm in a numb state to watching this team, and like, I'm just gonna be honest. In the post games, the rest of the way, I'm not gonna get too high on a win or too low on a loss. But what I'm looking for is more like individual performances that I could build off of, the rest of this year into next year. And Sorokin looking like this version of Sorokin is good. And I will sign up for that, seeing this version of Sorokin on more nights than not.
Yeah, 1.99 goals or expected goals in that first period, stopped obviously all 2 of them, really. So that's, of course, just at 5-on-5. When you add like their power play into it, 2.36 expected goals. That's insane in that first period by the Sharks, and he stopped all of them. So fantastic stuff from Sorokin.
Absolutely. Second period kind of flipped, Mitch. So it was the
Yeah.
Islanders who were getting more chances, not by that extreme, but it was 13-9 in shots on net. And it was only the San Jose Sharks who get on the board. This time a power play. Kovalenko scores his 6th of the year.
Is our penalty kill reverting? Is it reverting now?
Yeah. Butch was absolutely destroying the Islanders PK on this one. He was like, no one's moving or attacking.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
look how deep they are and stuck in the middle they are.
exactly. Everyone's clumped together from like here down once they get set.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, it's not good at all, man. I don't know. The movement by Bo Horvat there was weird. Which has been a thing for Bo Horvat the last little while. Just his movement in terms of decision making, where he's supposed to be, has been off. This is typically not him.
He kind of got stuck in
Yeah.
this circle.
I get he's the high man. He's supposed to be pressing, but he's not pressing that whole lot.
No.
Nor is no one else. It just he kind of stands out. So it's not to crap just on Brock Nelson or Bo Horvat. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Brock Nelson.
But it's Bo Horvat kind of stands out there. It doesn't look as pressing as it needed to be.
No, it certainly did not. Now, I don't remember if this was at the end of the first period or in the second. I'm pretty sure it was in the second, but it looked like Anders Lee was going to score a goal. Now he did eventually score later, but it had to be reviewed. So for those who didn't see it, Georgiev makes a save where he kind of like traps it between his glove and like his body, and like half of his body is in the net. So everyone's going like that puck's got to be across. But it wasn't ruled a goal on the ice originally. And then after the review, the refs pretty much came out and was like, we don't know where the puck is, so we can't definitively say if it was in the net or not. Probably was. It felt like the Islanders got shafted a little bit. If that was called a goal first and they then went to review, I think it would have been ruled a goal, because there's no way that they could have said, oh yeah, that's definitely not over the line. But like, if we use our brains a little bit and know like his hand was up here and it's probably somewhere in between his body and the glove and where he was, thing had to be over the line.
Yeah, if there's no part of him over the line on the, still what's the word I'm looking for, not over the line, I guess, then you can say, well, obviously the puck is within him. Or if the only part that isn't in the net is like his legs, well, it's not there. We know that. We saw it go here, and that part is completely in the net. Then you should be able to justify it. But whatever. How about the fan? Like,
I was just gonna say, I know you were out, but did you see the bribe? That was absolutely hilarious. I'm trying to pull it up right now. Here we go. So I'll pop this up. You'll see the 100 starts sneaking his way. I noticed that right away watching, and I was dying laughing watching that. That's tremendous stuff.
That's outstanding. It's so hilarious. Yeah, good job by the fans there. Although like $100 American could go a long way. It's 140 Canadian, but that's a lot.
He looks at the guy in the NHL quarters and he's like, no goal. It's like 100.
Come on.
It ended up counting. He didn't even have to give the 100, and it still went his way.
Worth every cent.
Love that. So 2-1 is your score after 2 periods of play. Mitch, good news. Anders Lee would score one that absolutely would count. We'll pull this up to watch. It was right off the face-off, an absolute rocket. 24th goal on the season for Anders Lee.
Georgiev couldn't get settled. He had no idea this was coming, and it just goes right through him. Love it from Anders Lee.
Win the face-off, spin around, put it on net, in the back of the net.
Yeah, exactly. Just these are simple plays that good teams make because they are constantly trying. So it's nice to see that Anders Lee constantly trying here. Hero of the club now. Just doing the goddamn thing. Pajot gets another assist here, so that's 2 points on the night for him so far. Yeah, not stopping.
No, and he wasn't done. So Islanders up 3-1, just a minute 13 in. They would then go on a power play almost instantly after, And then Adam Boquist scores, and guess what? JG Pageau, primary assist again. So
Yeah.
let's pull that one up and watch Adam Boquist's goal on the power play. Really nice puck movement, I thought, on this too.
Yeah, absolutely. Between the three of them there, between Tony DeAngelo and Jean-Gabriel Pageau, as well as Adam Boquist, just moving players out of the way to open shooting lane, and then he fires it through Georgiev, who could not stop stuff tonight. He really couldn't.
No.
I don't know if that one should have gone in, but it didn't seem like that hard of a shot. Maybe I didn't see the shot counter.
It was through a lot of traffic, but I think you could still make that case. Maybe it should have been stopped.
Yeah. But power play scoring, man. So that's great. And Boquist gets on the board. So outstanding stuff. At that point, you figure we're done here. We just close up shop. You're up 4-1. Just don't do anything dumb. And then you take a penalty.
Yeah, Adam Boquist took a holding penalty at 17:45. So you'd get a Will Smith power play goal against, which was the second power play goal the Islanders gave up, which seems like on brand. Remember, it was recently where Sorokin's only goals that he was giving up was on the power play. We had a repeat performance of that tonight as Will Smith gets in on the fun.
Hey, man, like, please don't tell me this means that the penalty kill is reverting, because it has been dynamic since January 1st. We needed to continue to be maybe not operating at league best levels, but this cannot be a sign of things to come.
They pulled the goalie too, so it was 6-on-4. If you look,
right,
the six attackers and no one in the net for San Jose. But
so that helps.
It does, but it's just not great because that PK has not nearly been as strong. It looked like they were finally turning a corner after they were abysmal for a really long time, but not too much better.
Well, you look at that goal and you're seeing puck movement, but it's not particularly fast, and it ends up on Will Smith's stick, and it stays there for a little while, more than enough time for Ilya Sorokin to get in position. So not ideal, but it is a 6-on-4 type of thing. So, and they were dominant the most of the game, right? We had a really good second period. Third period, obviously we scored 2 goals, so it must be really good. But they end up with 40 shots on net. They had 20. So in the first period, man, if we're so good in the second, that means they got quite a bit in the third.
Yeah. In the third period, they had 11 shots on net. So double digits in 2 of the 3 periods.
Yeah. Shot attempts 23-17 in favor of the Sharks. So they were just better. Not great, man. That is not what you want to see if you're hoping to be better next year type of thing.
No. Let's take a look at some of these box score numbers, and then we'll get into ice time. Shots on goal, 40-28. So massive difference there. Face-off percentage, Islanders better, 52.5. Each team went 2 for 4 on the power play. So a rare positive power play night for the Islanders, but the PK was not very good. Penalty minutes, 8 a pop. Hits 26-14 in favor of the Sharks. Block shots 17-14. Giveaways, that number is huge. 21-16. Islanders with more, and takeaways 3-1. The Sharks with 2 more.
Yeah, I'd love to see giveaway numbers for the first period alone. We can't get that right now, but I imagine their first period was just dog shit. But you look at some of the numbers there. Not only did they completely outshoot us, they completely outhit us, which when they have the puck more often, you would expect the inverse because they are being put in a position to be hit. And then the giveaways, just not good puck management. Didn't show up to begin the game, even though we were in California early, right? Like Lou Lamoriello took the team a day early type of thing. Lots of time to settle, and they did not.
No, they didn't. But let's take a look at the box score numbers here with ice times. No Brock Nelson anymore. No Matthew Barzal. Who leads the way?
I'm going to say Jean-Gabriel Pageau.
Not a bad guess. He was third at 18:48. Okay. Bo Horvat, by a pretty significant margin, 22:04. Next closest, I bet you know who next closest is. After
Simon Holmstrom?
Simon Holmstrom, 20:45.
Yeah, he's stepping in. He's stepping up. So great. I know we have said like he's not necessarily a first-line player, but at this point, he's kind of has to be.
He another 2-point night for him, which puts him up at how many points? I could just click on his name and we could see it here probably, right?
Yes.
I was making this harder than it had to be. 34 points in 55 games.
There you go. 34, you said? 34 over
34 and 55.
That's a 51-point season over an 82-game sample.
That's awesome. That's great. That's significantly better. I thought Simon Holmstrom wasn't going to have as big of a leap this year as what he has. So I think we need to give him some more credit. He's been really
Absolutely deservedly so. Like, good job by Simon Holmstrom this year. And it's only right the first game post Brock. Of course, he does not play center, but that just means shifting of players up type of thing throughout the lineup. So we'll see how this goes.
least amount of ice time.
Matt Martin, because he drew it in.
No, he did not draw in.
He didn't.
The
I thought
dream
he did.
Nope. Pierre Engvall drew in. So it was Mark Gatcombe at 8:01 and then Pierre Engvall 8:42.
Why aren't you playing Matt Martin? Like, it's not to have him to like win games, because I don't think he can help us do that necessarily. But get him to the 1,000 guys. They took him off IR, right? We thought, okay, here we go. He's going to draw in the rest of the 21 games and we're good to go. Nope. All right.
So he's got to come back another year.
Oh my God, why are you doing this? Oh man, if you can't draw in against the Sharks, they're just done. It's done here forever.
You would think.
Yeah. Leading the way for ice time and defenseman, I assume, is Noah Dobson.
Yes, 22-43 for Noah Dobson.
Okay.
And again, a strong first period, 2-point night, +2. Good stuff.
The least, is it? We had 4 power plays, so I'm not going to say it's Adam Boquist. I feel he got some power play time there. I'm going to say Scott Mayfield.
Scott Mayfield didn't play.
Oh, right. Okay, then I'm going to stay with Adam Boquist.
It was Boquist at 13:45. Next closest was his D partner, Ryan Pulock, at 16:21.
That's a low for Pulock.
Yeah.
Got the A now, by the way.
Yeah, so I saw away games, Pulock's going to be the A. Home games, Kyle Palmieri.
Okay. Oh. Kyle, my gosh, why is he still here?
He's sticking, man. Going to be another 2-3 years, I bet. We'll find out eventually on this contract extension, you'd hope.
Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be a good contract. I'm sure. It's just the assets that we're anyways.
I don't know. Like that. All we got that it's going to be less than 5. Less than 5 can mean like 3 for 4, 7-5. And then like, is that so much better?
Probably not. I know we're going to have people, but the cap's going up. That's a lot of money to give up to a 34-year-old man.
I not necessarily 2025, 26. Beyond that is when I start to.
I mean, for me, even next year, because I don't know if what he's doing now is sustainable considering where he is in his career.
I hope it is, but you never know.
Yeah, fair enough. Sorokin did well, though.
Sorokin, 38 saves on 40 shot attempts, 2 goals against, none at even strength. Both were power play, 950 save percentage. Really nice performance from Ilya Sorokin, who you'd like to see more of that, please. Which in 3 of his last 5 games, very good. You have the 950 against San Jose, 929 against Winnipeg. You had the 885 and the 862 against the Rangers in Nashville, but then a 974 against Boston on the 27th.
Yeah. So, what's he at on the season? It was 910.08 or something the last time I saw it.
906 and 276.
Okay, he's gone down a little bit, but some bad games, like really bad games, right?
Yeah, a couple of clunkers, unfortunately. I'd like to see that by end of the season get up to like 910 and 2.5.
Yeah, that'd be great. But without, maybe not, I shouldn't say without him, as if like if Hoiberg comes in, we definitely lose this game. But the Sharks got goalied, and we got positively goalied. Like our goalie played out of his mind, and theirs very much did not.
That was the difference. I think, there's a reason why he was the number 1 star in this game. And because if the Islanders started Georgiev and the Sharks started Sorokin, game's probably 4-2 the other way, if not worse.
Yeah, totally agree. 100%.
So, all right, any closing thoughts here? I know we didn't do it live because early morning record after the game, so no live comments. But any closing thoughts for this one?
Not encouraging necessarily. Like I know what you said about Sorokin, and that stands. But outside of that, like you can't get outplayed by the San Jose Sharks, man. You can't have that happen.
No, especially in the first period was a really rough watch. But Islanders come away with the win in large part due to Ilya Sorokin. Back in action later tonight. Do you think you see Sorokin or Hogberg?
We might see Hogberg tonight. I mean, do we get a win? We're 3 points out, man.
Maybe.
It'd be great if we can, but oh my god, how close are we going to get to eventually not make it is going to be kind of upsetting.
Yeah, that probably feels likely. Like they finished the season like 4 points out of a playoff spot.
Yeah.
We're thinking like, let's find the 2 games that they could have had the swing. Anyway, another late night on Sunday. So we will have a post game for you on Monday morning, which means regular pod will come Monday night. So everything kind of gets pushed back a day. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Please make sure to like and subscribe right here on the video. Also, if you're not a Patreon member, make sure to sign up to the Patreon for twice a week podcasts and a great Discord community of Islanders fans. It's really fun, especially during the games. The trade deadline, I think, was an absolute blast, man, with people reacting in there. So make sure to check that out.
100%. Get in there. Over 100 people, baby.
They'll do it. I'm Matt. He's Mitch, and we will catch you next time.